It is not uncommon for life to feel like a puzzle with missing pieces, moments when you sense something is absent but cannot put a finger on it. You go about your days, completing tasks, smiling at those around you. Yet beneath it all, there is a subtle emptiness, a quiet void you barely acknowledge. Sometimes you dismiss it, thinking it's just stress, fatigue, or life's ordinary weariness. But what if that emptiness is not a flaw, but a signal? What if it is a sacred invitation from the universe, a whisper from God that there is someone whose presence in your life is destined to illuminate, complete, and awaken you in ways you have never imagined? This message is not about ordinary encounters. It is about divine orchestration, about God's hands delicately arranging people, circumstances, and moments to fulfill a purpose far beyond the scope of our understanding. The angel's message for you today is simple yet profound. God sent this person to fill a void you didn't know existed. Perhaps you have been searching for joy, for understanding, for a kindred spirit who resonates with your soul. Perhaps you have experienced relationships, friendships, and encounters, but none have touched the corners of your being that remained unseen. This person is different. They are a vessel of light, a mirror reflecting truths you have yet to recognize about yourself, and a catalyst for growth that is both gentle and transformative. Consider the times in your life when you felt incomplete. Maybe it was in moments of quiet solitude, when laughter felt distant, or when your heart yearned for connection beyond the surface level. That emptiness is not a punishment. It is preparation. It is the soil in which God plants seeds, seeds that blossom into relationships that heal, elevate, and awaken. The person arriving in your life now is not by accident. Every smile, every shared glance, every conversation holds a purpose crafted by divine wisdom. They are here to remind you that you are never truly alone, and that the universe conspires to bring you what your soul secretly desires, even if your mind was unaware of the need. This void you didn't know existed may have taken the shape of longing for understanding, for validation, for unconditional acceptance. Perhaps you have carried burdens in silence, believing you must bear them alone, unaware that someone was meant to stand beside you, to gently lift those weights, and to mirror the love that you yourself may have been too hesitant to receive. The angel assures you that God's plan surpasses your imagination. This person embodies not only companionship but revelation. They illuminate the gaps in your soul, not by imposing themselves, but by reflecting what has always been there, waiting to be recognized and embraced. Divine timing is perfect, even when human patience falters. Perhaps you have questioned why certain people arrived or left in your life. Perhaps you have wondered why certain doors remain closed despite your efforts. Understand that God's orchestration is meticulous. This person's arrival is not a coincidence, but a carefully placed moment designed to awaken dormant aspects of your being. The void you sensed, the emptiness you felt, was a space intentionally left open for them. You were being prepared, shaped, and attuned so that when they entered your life, you would recognize the significance without resistance. The power of this connection lies not merely in companionship, but in the spiritual resonance it creates. There are souls who meet us not just to share time, but to trigger transformation, to awaken compassion, courage, and authenticity within us. This person will challenge you in ways that refine your character, comfort you in ways that soothe old wounds, and inspire you in ways that awaken dormant dreams. Every interaction with them carries layers of meaning, unseen threads woven by divine intention, connecting you to your purpose and the fullness of your heart. You may ask, how can someone fill a void I didn't even know existed? The answer is that our souls perceive beyond our conscious understanding. There are facets of our being that long for harmony, acceptance, and love, even when we cannot articulate it. This person embodies the presence, energy, and understanding your heart has been silently yearning for. Their role is not to complete you in dependency, but to awaken recognition of wholeness you always possessed, reflected back through their essence. God does not bring people into our lives to make us dependent, but to reveal the depth of our capacity to love, to grow, and to embrace joy. As you step into this period of your life, be mindful and observant. Notice the synchronicities, the subtle nudges, the moments that feel profoundly aligned. Angels communicate in quiet ways. A message in a dream, a word at the right time, or the sudden appearance of someone who feels familiar and safe in an almost unexplainable manner. Open your heart and mind to the signs. Release the need to control timing, to predict outcomes, or to understand fully. Trust that God's wisdom surpasses all human logic, and that the void you sensed is being filled in divine alignment with your soul's readiness. This journey is not simply about connection, it is about awakening. It is about recognizing that the divine works through people to teach, heal, and illuminate paths we would never navigate alone. The person sent to you carries not just presence, but purpose. They will challenge old beliefs, heal hidden pain, and ignite hope where you may have felt despair. They are a living message, an embodiment of divine grace, and a reflection of the love that surrounds you even in moments of solitude. As you embrace their presence, remember that divine relationships are sacred, not accidental. They ask of us openness, patience, and a willingness to grow. Resist the temptation to impose expectations. Instead, allow the relationship to unfold naturally, guided by the wisdom that surpasses all understanding. You are being invited into a sacred dance, a collaboration of hearts orchestrated by God, designed to awaken the fullness of your being. The void you didn't know existed is not a flaw, it is an invitation. It is the space where divine love can flow, where connection can blossom, and where your soul can be awakened to its deepest truths. This person is here not to fix you, but to reveal to you the boundless capacity for love, joy, and understanding that has always resided within. In their presence, you will discover not just companionship, but reflection, not just comfort, but awakening, and not just a connection, but a transformation that resonates through the very core of your being. The arrival of this person in your life may initially feel subtle, almost imperceptible, like a soft breeze brushing against your soul. Yet, over time, their presence will resonate deeply, touching layers of your being you may not have even been aware existed. It is in the quiet moments, shared laughter, thoughtful conversation, a look that lingers, that the divine design becomes apparent. God does not always announce his plans with grandeur. Often his work is quiet, meticulous, and profound, revealed through the gentle unfolding of relationships that awaken the heart. You may have experienced relationships before that felt incomplete, interactions that ended abruptly or left you with lingering questions. These experiences were not failures, but preparation. Each encounter, each lesson, each heartbreak was part of a divine shaping process, clearing space within you so that when this person arrived, you would recognize their significance. The void you didn't know existed was not meant to cause pain, but to prepare your heart for the extraordinary. It is now ready to receive the reflection of love, understanding, and divine alignment that this person brings. Consider the subtle ways in which God orchestrates these connections. Perhaps you have found that certain memories resurface, feelings that once seemed dormant awaken, and old wounds begin to soothe. This person is a mirror, reflecting not only the beauty within you, but also the resilience, the lessons, and the wisdom you have gathered along your journey. They are not here to complete you, but to awaken the realization that you are already whole. Their presence highlights what has always been within your reach, the capacity to embrace love fully to trust deeply, and to step into a version of yourself that is aligned with your true purpose. This relationship, divinely guided, challenges you to grow in ways that may feel unexpected. You may discover patience, forgiveness, and vulnerability in ways you had not previously explored. Divine relationships ask for authenticity, not perfection. They invite you to shed the masks you have worn, to let go of fears that have limited your experience of connection, and to step courageously into the fullness of your heart. The void that existed was not emptiness, but potential, a space for growth, understanding, and divine love to flourish. It is also important to recognize the power of timing. God's orchestration is precise, and the arrival of this person aligns perfectly with the season of your life. Perhaps you have wondered why certain opportunities or relationships did not manifest sooner. Now, all elements converge, allowing this connection to enter when your heart, mind, and spirit are prepared to receive its fullness. The angel's message is clear. This meeting is intentional, divinely guided, and meant to awaken a deeper understanding of your purpose, your capacity for love, and your own inner strength. You may notice moments of synchronicity that feel almost magical, the way their presence brightens your day, the coincidences that bring you together, the ease with which conversation flows. These are not random events. They are divine markers, evidence that this connection is orchestrated by a higher power. The universe is aligning in support of this relationship, signaling that the void you sensed is being purposefully filled. Pay attention to these signs. Listen to your intuition. Let the subtle, quiet confirmations guide your awareness and trust in the unfolding of this sacred bond. The transformative power of this person's presence cannot be underestimated. They may inspire you to explore hidden dreams, to release limiting beliefs, or to embrace aspects of yourself that you have long neglected. In their presence, you may feel a sense of liberation, as though barriers that once confined you dissolve. Their influence encourages you to move beyond self-doubt, fear, and hesitation, to step confidently into a life aligned with your highest potential. This is not simply companionship. This is awakening, a divine catalysis that reveals the depth of your own heart. It is natural to feel uncertainty when someone so profound enters your life. Questions may arise. How do I navigate this connection? What if it changes everything I thought I knew? These questions are part of the process. Divine relationships challenge us to let go of control, to release rigid expectations, and to allow love and understanding to unfold organically. Trust is the key. Trust in God's timing, trust in the person's presence, and trust in your own capacity to embrace the fullness of this connection without fear or resistance. The angel encourages you to embrace the subtle ways this person fills the void. Perhaps they bring laughter in moments of sorrow, clarity in times of confusion, or warmth when you feel cold and unmoored. Their presence does not demand that you change, but gently reflects what is already possible within you. This reflection is both comforting and challenging, for it asks you to acknowledge your own wholeness while recognizing the potential for deeper connection, understanding, and joy. As you engage with this person, be mindful of the lessons their presence offers. Observe how they inspire patience, kindness, and empathy. Notice how they encourage you to trust your intuition, to honor your emotions, and to embrace vulnerability. Divine relationships are mirrors of growth, illuminating aspects of our being that remain dormant until reflected by the presence of another. This person is a teacher, a mirror, and a companion, awakening facets of your heart you may never have realized were waiting to be discovered. This journey is sacred, intentional, and transformative. Every interaction carries layers of meaning, every shared moment a reflection of divine orchestration. The void that once existed is gradually being filled, not by need, but by recognition, alignment, and love. The person in your life is a manifestation of God's wisdom, a reminder that you are guided, cherished, and deeply understood. Embrace their presence fully, with gratitude, openness, and reverence for the divine timing that brought you together. As you continue to experience this connection, allow yourself to feel the depth of what is unfolding. The presence of this person is not fleeting. It is intentional, divinely guided, and designed to awaken a sense of completeness you may have never known existed. Every smile, every word, every gesture carries subtle but profound significance, touching parts of your heart and soul that have been waiting patiently for recognition. These moments, though they may seem ordinary at first, are laden with divine meaning and orchestrated by God to bring fullness, joy, and understanding into your life. It is natural to wonder why this person has entered your life now, why the timing is as it is, and what their purpose truly entails. The answer is found in the quiet recognition that life is unfolding exactly as it should. The void you sensed, the emptiness you may have carried unknowingly, has always been intended as the space for their arrival. You were being prepared, shaped, and attuned, ready to receive not just companionship, but awakening, healing, and reflection. Their presence brings not just comfort, but illumination, encouraging you to see aspects of yourself, others, and the world in a new light. This divine connection asks you to embrace authenticity and vulnerability. It is not about perfection, control, or expectation. It is about allowing love, understanding, and divine intention to flow naturally through your interactions. This person does not fill the void by changing who you are, but by reflecting the wholeness that has always resided within you. They serve as a mirror, helping you recognize your own capacity for love, compassion, patience, and joy. In their presence, you are invited to grow into the fullest expression of yourself, aligned with your soul's purpose and God's plan. Recognize that divine relationships are transformative in ways that extend beyond the visible. The lessons they bring may manifest as gentle reminders, unexpected guidance, or moments of clarity that illuminate your path. They may challenge you to release old fears, embrace new perspectives, or forgive in ways that free your heart. The void you once felt is not simply being filled, it is being transformed into a space of learning, growth, and awakening. This person's presence acts as a catalyst for profound change, guiding you to the realization that what you have always sought externally has been within you all along, now mirrored and amplified through their existence. As you embrace this journey, take note of the quiet moments that carry divine messages. Perhaps it is a glance that communicates understanding without words, a gesture that feels like comfort to your soul, or a shared silence that resonates more deeply than conversation ever could. These are the ways in which God's orchestration reveals itself, whispering that this connection is intentional, sacred, and aligned with the highest good for both of you. Trust the unfolding, even when it challenges your preconceived notions, and allow yourself to fully experience the blessings this presence brings. It is also important to remember that the void you sensed was never a sign of deficiency, but an invitation to greater alignment. It was the space in which divine love could flow, a place prepared for awakening, growth, and reflection. This person's arrival is the embodiment of that divine plan, revealing the depth of your own heart, the beauty of connection, and the limitless possibilities of love. Every interaction, every shared moment, and every lesson learned together serves to awaken your spirit, illuminate your path, and nurture the deepest aspects of your being. Now, as you fully embrace this relationship, remember to nurture gratitude, awareness, and mindfulness. Recognize the sacred nature of each moment, Honor the lessons that emerge and cherish the presence that has been divinely placed in your life. Allow yourself to be present, to listen with the heart, and to appreciate the unfolding journey. The void you once carried is now being filled with purpose, light, and divine love, guiding you toward the fullness of your life's potential. Before concluding, I want to gently remind you to stay connected to this channel for more messages of guidance, encouragement, and divine insight. Subscribe now and join a community of hearts seeking light, love, and wisdom in every step of life's journey. By subscribing, you open yourself to the continuous flow of inspiration, messages from angels, and guidance that nurtures the soul. Every moment you spend here contributes to the awareness that life is filled with divine intention, and that you are never alone in your journey. As you step forward, carry this truth within you. The person God sent into your life is a living reflection of love, awakening, and divine guidance. They were placed to fill the void you didn't know existed, to illuminate the hidden depths of your heart, and to guide you toward your highest potential. Honor the connection, embrace the lessons, and allow the transformation to unfold naturally. Trust that this presence is part of a sacred plan, intricately woven by God, designed to awaken joy, understanding, and alignment within your soul. Let every interaction be a reminder that love is not merely a feeling, but a profound awakening of the spirit. Let every shared moment serve as evidence of divine orchestration and intentionality. And let every step you take together be infused with gratitude, trust, and awareness that this connection is a gift, a catalyst for growth, and a reflection of the infinite love that surrounds you. Walk forward with confidence, knowing that the void you once felt is now a space of awakening, love, and divine alignment. The person in your life is more than a companion. They are a guide, a mirror, and a manifestation of God's love. Allow this connection to transform your heart, illuminate your soul, and inspire a life lived fully, intentionally, and in alignment with the divine plan.